Hello everyone, this is Wendy with Winds of Change Ministries. I am in Alabama. When I first thought about where do you want to go, Wendy? Where do you want to go in Alabama? The first thing I thought was, how about Greenville? Greenville, Alabama. Forrest Gump's hometown, right? And so I looked it up, and it turns out that the filming, even though the movie script says he's from Greenville, the actual homestead, the plantation house, is located in, I think it was South Carolina. So that one got scratched off the list. And then I noticed that there are some caverns in Alabama, and I'm a fan of caves. And so I decided to go to Rickwood Caverns. Now, I have some history with caverns. When I was in college, I went with a group of kids, half girl, half guys. We were, I think, like 8 of us. And we went down into a mud cavern. Supposedly, this guy knew what this cavern. He lived in the area. And we rappelled 50 feet down into this cavern. And anyway, it was a mud cavern. And mud caverns, they change. And it was on private property. And anyway, he got us lost. And this was a big cave system. He got us lost, and we were running out of batteries. And so we had to work as a team to find our way out of the dark. And what we did was, the weaker amongst us, most of the girls and a couple of the guys, the weaker ones, we all sat in a centralized location, and we gave up our flashlights. We had to sit there in the dark and conserve our flashlight batteries. And actually, we gave them to the ones who were the scouts. And the scouts traveled from one room to another, to another, to another, trying to find the way out of the cavern. And it took teamwork, both masculine and feminine. You see, because our talking and our chatter actually worked as an ecosystem, and helped the scouts with their directions. They were able to say, okay, I hear them on this side. No, I hear them on this side. And because of this, they were able to narrow down the different tunnels and say, nope, this is a dead end. Nope, that's a dead end. And eventually they found the right way out. And so that is my college story of how, when men and women work as a team, we can find our way out of the dark.
You can't even watch it, go for it.
I'll lead the way. So what are we looking at? How deep does this go?
Our deepest spot is going to be 175 feet, so roughly 17 stories in the dirt.
Okay.
I will point that out, of course, when we get there. But that's going to be the deepest part, and then the most, the closest that we're ever usually close to the ground is going to be 44 feet. Of course, once we get into the cave, everything starts off pretty solid.
So what gives the green color? That's not light, that's actual stone, or is it a moss?
It is, it's just algae.
Oh, okay.
It's growth, stuff like that, of course.
Ooh, so. Priority.
All the different speleothems. Speleo means cave, them means deposit. You got your stalactites.
All right.
My flashlight gets a little brighter. Stalactites there. Small enough are stalagmites. So when they'll usually grow together, on the other side, they're not together. They form what we call a column, and that's the big round thing there. That one's 17 feet tall, 40 feet around. We named him Goliath. It is our largest column in the cave.
Okay.
And then directly over here, you'll see the stone waterfall.
Oh.
That's what it is. It's just where that water has dropped down. It's deposited the calcite there and formed a very beautiful piece of drapery.
Yeah, that is pretty. So what's growing underneath here? Anything?
No, nothing. Not really.
I've seen pictures like from some of the cave systems in Mexico and stuff, and they've got some really fascinating formations down there.
Yeah, all we have are stalactites, stalagmites, columns. And that's pretty much it, unfortunately.
Cool. So here we see some water.
Yeah, there's a little bit going on there. Watch dripping out from the ceiling up there.
Mm-hmm.
If you get dripped on by accident, it's called a cave kiss. It means good luck. But it has to be completely accidental. You can't stand underneath that water dripping.
Right.
For it to land on.
Yeah.
Not quite as.
Not like a mistletoe, right?
Right. The ceiling above you here is a speleogen, meaning a cave formation that we call scalloping. So
Yeah.
it's just rough, bubbly water in a shoal and a stream, where it's flowed through and it's carved the ceiling out for us, so we can walk through here today.
Now, this was carved out, right? The walkway, or is this a natural? Do you know if this was a natural walkway, or from
So
water?
Some of it is and some of it isn't.
Okay.
Some pieces have been modified and some pieces have not.
Ooh, what's down
Scary
there?
Steps that go down.
Yeah, those are the scary ones. So how deep does that go?
So that just turns into a hallway underneath us.
Oh,
It
okay.
pops out a little bit later. I'll kind of show you where it comes out at. It's just our maintenance stairs.
Oh, okay.
For Christmas, we decorate the first half of the cave for Christmas, and our characters and our people, staff need to move through the cave really quickly when there's a lot of people.
Right.
So we can dip down the stairs and pop out at the very end, basically, of the Christmas part, and be able to, kind of go around the traffic.
All right.
We have a lot of people in the cave because it's self-guided at that point.
Uh-huh.
Because we have a character stationed out all the way throughout the hallways and in the rooms and stuff. So,
Are your weekends pretty busy?
typically for Christmas for sure. Even right now, I think our biggest tour like this past Saturday was like 7 people.
Oh, okay.
So
Is there anything down there? Just another service?
that is we can't go down there, but we always stop here because that's the fallout shelter hallway. They stuffed 9 tons of food down there because in the 1960s they declared that every cave in the state of Alabama could be a fallout shelter. So they stuffed 9 tons of food worth of, there's nothing more than saltine crackers and lemon drops.
Oh, okay.
And that was all that they put back there. That was going to keep 3,000 people alive for 3 days in the event of a nuclear fallout.
Yeah.
Of course, in that scenario, please don't come here. We know how radiation works today. This cave is not built for that.
Well, and that's just kind of funny because, it's just not going to save you.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're going to trip over each other, kill each other in the stampede trying to get down there.
Yeah, and you're still not going to make it out. So.
Science has come a long way.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, these one people tours, they I'm sure they go a lot faster than the bear tours, huh?
That's just because we have to stop so much, wait for everybody to catch up, things like that.
The crying babies.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, when people are talking, I just keep telling, people who are listening are paying attention to me. Those who are not, and I just go on.
I like that the floor is rippled here because it gives us some traction.
Yeah, and
Like-
it was not put there for your benefit by mankind. It was actually put there naturally by the water ebbing back and forth.
Wow, so it's a natural cobblestone.
Yes,
Which
sir.
way are we going to go?
You're going to go left first.
All right. These,
Don't feel rushed, take your time. It is what it is.
well, I'm going to tell you, I wrote a fiction, everyone's self-publishing, right? So I wrote a fictional novel several years ago and called The Fall of Man. And one of the big parts in that storyline is, of course, it was inspired by my own personal experience getting lost in the cave, right?
Right.
But a secret society abducted a group of college kids and put them down there, and they had to find their way out.
Uh-oh.
And work as a team to do so.
Sure. You're more welcome to look out there. That's our Lover's Leap.
Lover's leap.
Absolutely. Our Native American myth with that goes, if two lovers hold hands and they jump off, and they both survive that fall, then they will stay in love forever.
Oh, well.
Very romantic.
I see a big sharp spike down there, so.
Now, the flip side of that is if someone jumps off and one of them perishes, well, the other one that lived will never find love again. I say it's probably
Probably
but
probably from guilt. I can't believe I killed my true love.
Yeah. And then he's also probably broken up really bad, and everybody said, "Well, you were dumb enough to jump off." So.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that with you. You're a high risk relationship.
Absolutely.
So these were just to kind of close up stuff.
So it was an open room all the way across, but this hallway, I mean, you look back behind you there. All of that's open. It's not really where it belongs. That was where they were blasting and everything, and then they didn't want to hand tote the individual rocks out of here,
right?
So they just stacked them to the side there. Your original floor is right here, so from here to the ceiling is what you have.
Oh wow! So
that's about how much that they had all the way through.
And they just crawled through here
initially to see where it went, and then they're like, "All right, let's go back and open it up."
Excavate it, yeah.
Yep.
But I do love the cave systems. I don't know. There's a special kind of a atmosphere down here. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. There is a rock drum right there to your right.
This?
Yep. You can tap on the top of it and it'll make sound.
Oh. Cool. Where's the best place to tap?
Right on top. If you make a fist and just hit it really hard, you're not gonna break it.
So is there like a metal in there?
No, it's just a hollow piece of rock.
Because like silver comes from stone.
Oh well, no, we're not in an area for that. It is just purely limestone.
Oh, okay. That is cool.
It's just hollow. There's a few other little pieces. I'll point them out to you as we go through, of course.
Yeah.
That make little sounds. It's just
like this one, maybe.
Porous rock.
Nope, not that one.
Not that one.
That's too thick.
You're welcome to try any of them that you see.
Just hit it.
Out of my own curiosity, I've tried everything through here, and nothing else makes a sound.
Oh,
it's very sad.
All right, so we've got a natural bowl here of some sort, huh? Or just kind of.
Yeah. I mean, some people say like a little kitchen sink there.
Yeah,
we got a little table seat. You sit there and you get your little
my
table.
goodness, this is a cave. This is like Fred Flintstone buffet here. So we've got the seat, and then we've got the buffet table right here, and we got the seat right here, and then we got the kitchen counter right there. Yeah, Fred Flintstone kitchen.
And if you want to walk to the back of the room back there, you can.
Yeah, I wrote my book years ago, so I knew all about the different formations, but it's been so long now that I can't remember all the names. Like stalagmite, stalactite, columns, those are the basics. But there's actually more interesting type formations.
Yeah, I always tell people I'm not a speleologist, so I don't study the caves.
Right.
So I don't know every single thing or anything like that. Our third whirlpool column, where that water wraps around the column, is in the corner there when you go in and then you look straight up. It's a really, really pretty area.
You call this the what?
A whirlpool column.
Ah.
So water wrapped around like a big old circle.
Oh, so if I went through here, it would go all the way around.
Not all the way quite, because it comes out from over here. And it's wrapped around the column, and it goes back there. Then it goes back out. So it's like a half.
Okay.
Like a C almost.
Yeah.
It doesn't fully connect. I'm not, again, quite sure why. That's not my study, unfortunately.
Neat. Now I'm lost. Which way? You got me turned around now. Is this out this way?
Yeah, but this is the part where we turn the lights off if you wanted to experience total darkness.
Well, I'd be happy to. Yeah, I'm not a scaredy cat. I've been stuck in the cave for hours. I actually like total darkness.
Alright. Alrighty, 3, 2, 1.
So how long do you usually sit in the dark?
I mean, there is no time limit. With normal groups, I just go through the basics of 3 myths of being in the dark, and there's 3 places that is in total darkness. And then, of course, I go through, this is the deepest part of the cave, is 175 feet. The 17 stories worth of dirt is on top of us here, nowhere else in the cave. So from here on out, we'll be heading back up toward the surface.
Wow, we already traveled down 17 stories.
Mm-hmm. And see, the funny part is that we actually only went down probably right about 5. The mountain that we walked up to get to the door, that mountain kept going.
Oh, okay.
So we were so far back in, and that mountain just kept going straight up. That's how far underneath the dirt that we are.
All right.
And then, your basic myths are if you're down here for 2 weeks, you'll go blind. And of course, that's not true. That's just derived from the miner's eye. Temporary laws. The second one is that if you're down here for 2 months, then you'll turn albino. Again, that's a gene trait. You're born that way or you're not. I always tell people you might have a bad case of vitamin D deficiency. But other than that, you'll be fine.
Yeah, you might.
Need a little sunlight.
Yeah. And be a little jaundice.
Yeah. Other than that, eat you some oranges and some lemon drops that the Boy Scouts left for you.
Oh, that's what the lemon drops are for, huh? Oh, that's funny.
And then the last one is that if you're down here for 4 months, then you'll go completely and irreversibly insane and turn into the creature golem. Of course, that was not true either. That's just how well someone can handle being in the dark, handle being alone, and handle total silence.
When I was a kid, I used to like to close my eyes and pretend I was blind and just like walk through the house, and I did that a lot. So,
yeah, this would be.
I would love to do that right now and find my way out, but you know what? I don't want to get hurt. I'm sure that you don't want to be. The state doesn't want to get sued, so I'm sure you're not going to let me do that.
Absolutely, we do not. I mean.
Oh, whoa! My shoes have glow in the dark. I did not know that.
All right, well, you can find your way out.
Well, you can find me anyway. I don't know if I can find you, but you can find me.
Absolutely.
All right.
All right, I'll get those lights back on. We do have some lights over in there, so if you stand, you might could see them.
Yeah, I did see that when I was sitting down over there.
Well, you can't turn all the lights off, so basically if you could crawl through that pathway, you come right out to it, basically. Because this only turns this little section here off.
Oh, okay.
Only this area gets turned off.
And we're going back this way?
Yes, ma'am.
People hit their head often. The taller guys.
Yeah, I try to let everybody know.
Well, what is the shortest roof span in here so that the taller guys would know?
The shortest thing that you have to go underneath is 3 foot tall.
Oh, okay.
So we'll come to a little low natural bridge a little bit later, and you'll have to kind of duck and then go underneath there.
Right.
There's certain things, usually with the cave tours, we try to warn everybody, let them know. Our rock wall here is a very dangerous game of Jenga.
What do you mean by that? Oh, this rock wall. Okay.
If you were to pull one of those out, it's going to fall on you and it's going to hurt.
Oh, yeah.
And then we're going to have to get you to the ER.
Yeah, that's going to hurt. Well, how high is this?
That is 40 feet to the top.
This reminds me, I think the Egyptian pyramids have a chamber that is like this. I'm pretty sure I saw something like that. Where there's like a narrow cavity or something.
Yeah, absolutely. This is one of our most narrowest,
Right. Yeah, but I love being under the ground. I just like the feeling of it.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I could see where that would hurt. Right, as you're stepping down.
I try to warn everybody.
Watch your head.
Always tell them, if you're taller than me, you'll need to duck.
How
Areas I can barely scrape by, and even I have to go underneath.
Are we going the right way?
We're
Okay.
making that full circle, so we're back around. We passed Lover's Leap.
Oh, okay.
We walked here earlier, and then we're gonna go
Lover's-
down that other little passageway.
Lover's death trap. Yeah, I saw that triangular boulder down there that's meant to separate one from the other.
All intentionally planned. And then we came in from the right, and so we swooped in here. So
Okay.
we're gonna go out to the left.
Okay. So, how many times did you have to be down here before you knew your way pretty confidently?
So I followed 12 tours.
Before you felt confident? Are we gonna go this way or this way?
So you go straight, yes.
Okay.
Because this way here is where those scary steps that you seen earlier, that's where these pop out at.
Oh, okay. I noticed over there by the information center that there was another cave. I'm sure that this is attached to it somehow, right?
So we do have like separate little systems on the park, on the ground, you know. So I remember where you see like sinkholes, where it looks like sinkholes, and we've got them fenced in, stuff like that. That is where it is actual caves, little cave systems. So we've got it so you know nobody can just fall off in it.
Right.
But I mean, technically, if somebody was to jump the fence and crawl in there, well, you're now on your own, and you can, you know, we can't be
Responsible for your ignorance.
Yeah, because it was we did all of our safety protocols. You hop the fence, you knew better, you know, that sort of thing.
Do you remember when those Chinese kids, or I think it was in China, several years ago, got trapped in some kind of a cave system?
I heard about that. Yeah.
I don't remember the details of it, but they were down there for, I don't know, like a week or two or something. It was crazy. There's some kind of a slide or something that caused them to get trapped. I don't remember the details.
You'll see our 7 natural steps here.
All right.
They are deeper than what they look like. They're just rimstone dams. So this year, when we get a lot of water, this will be very active. They're very flowy.
Like a little waterfall.
Yeah, just like a little miniature version.
And so, where does the water come through? Underneath here, or
it comes out back there.
Okay,
It'll
so there's
fill up here, and then it'll run straight.
and it
down.
cascades down. I bet that is pretty. Is this the low spot you're
This
talking
is the
about?
low spot. Yeah.
Yeah.
It won't get no lower than this. There's another little symbol right there to your right, sticking out.
This?
You can tap on it.
Oh, that's another one of those drums, and that one has a higher pitch.
Yep. So we call it a cymbal versus a drum, so the drums and the cymbals.
So what are these? Is this damage from where people nicked it?
Some of it is, yeah. Different colored stuff. The more like brown or the more gray, that's stuff that's been busted open.
I'm thinking this is where someone hit their head.
I really wouldn't doubt that. It has been known to happen, and then they get mad at me, and I say, well, you are in a cave.
Yeah.
Just remember where you're at.
We do sell hard hats in the...
yes, we do.
All right, what we got going up here?
Just a little empty back spot.
Just a little cubby hole, huh?
Yeah, you crawl up there, go to sleep. Get away from everybody. So we're getting to the more back half of the cave, so it's getting a little bit more active, a little bit more growth.
Oh, you mean the...
Got the green, you'll start seeing a lot more green.
Okay.
You probably should hear a little bit more water as we go through.
Because it's got access to more oxygen, is that why?
Yeah, we're a little bit closer to the ground, or top side, as well as the water system itself has shifted from the first half of the cave and pushed itself to the back, because before it had done that, the water where the lover's leaf was, that little waterfall used to flow, and it just, something had caused it to push itself away, and it flows a whole different, entirely different area.
One of the nice things about being in the back is you can actually say, hey, watch your head, because you can see clearly if someone is
Bump their head.
is going to hit their head. All right, so what are we looking at here again?
That is our chocolate waterfall, straight up there, and that is still active and growing. So they are still forming. This is what we call the king's room, because we have the biggest drapery that lines the entire room. So that's just one section of it. And now it makes a full circle all the way around.
This is your Niagara right here, your chocolate Niagara.
Yes, it is.
So this is the bridge you were talking about?
Yes.
You know, I'm really surprised that you haven't scolded me and said, don't touch, because
Most of it's dry. You're more than welcome to touch anything that's dry.
the cave system I was in before, they told us, do not touch the walls or the ceiling. I guess maybe because it's still alive and they were afraid of, you know.
Most of it, anything that is wet, you know, again, it's, you know, you don't want to touch anything slimy and wet anyways. Most people don't. And then, if it's dry, it's done made, because it's dry, it's not a growing formation anymore, it's done made, we're just gonna do.
Is that, oh, it almost kissed me.
Almost.
Man. Is this the column we saw earlier, or is this another one?
This is another one. This is the Queen's Castle, we call it.
Okay, so we saw the kings, and now we're in the queens, huh?
So you got another little area as well, so he's a little bit more in the...
Oh, you gotta walk sideways through here.
I don't know about the Queens, if you will.
You gotta be dainty and small to fit through that space. So these smaller ones, what are they called? They're
It's
not
the columns.
It's still columns.
Mm-hmm. They finally touched in the middle. It's a column, as long as they're touching.
Well, you know, Pluto was demoted from a planet.
Yeah, it's small.
It was too small.
Yeah.
I thought
There's
maybe.
a bat, and he's right here on this little ledge.
Oh my goodness.
The other side of the chicken.
Is that just a dead stuffed one that you guys keep there for novelty?
No.
Why is it all by itself?
No, our bats are eastern tricolor bats. They are social distancing bats. They don't usually like to hang around together.
Oh, okay.
But there is a little area further into the cave where there's actually like 8 of them together. So,
okay.
Again, I'm not a biologist. I'm not quite sure because, again, I've been told that they like to stay away from each other, but there's some that are really close, a little farther back.
So when is this here?
That is the elevator shaft.
Oh, it's an elevator? You guys used to have one?
Well, they initially put one in, but when they did, they blasted into this room here, and that room straight in front of you was found by accident.
Ah.
So all of that rock beside it has been blasted open. 18,000 formations are said to be in there.
Oh, well.
I'm a messenger. I haven't counted all of them. That's what I'm told.
So this is like the grand finale then, huh?
Yes, this is the last 25% of the tour.
All right. Well, let's take a look at this. This is pretty.
Absolutely. This is our most gorgeous part of the cave, our most active and growing. So everything here is wet. All of the light green stuff, some of the white stuff even is what we call lichen. Basically a mix between a fungus and a mold. So again, you probably really don't want to touch it, but
Right.
you know, it helps with the kids to keep the kids from just touching everything.
Whoops. I can definitely see where a person could get hurt.
Yes.
You're looking this way, walking one
And this is the
direction.
queen's room, so she has the biggest that lines the whole room here. It goes all the way and stops with the little corkscrew there on the ceiling.
Oh,
We got a
yeah.
little birthday cake over there on that side.
A birthday. Oh, right there.
Mm-hmm. And then we got our pet squid named Squiggles, and he's in the ceiling up there, little tentacles hanging down.
Oh, I see. I see.
Some people see a hand gesture, but we keep it family friendly.
I see the squid.
We see the squid, right? We see tentacles, everybody. And this is a big lady squeeze for the queen, we call it. So, king had one, the queen's got one as well. There is a big mud puddle, just watch your step.
Yeah.
Very, very, very pretty.
Very pretty through this area. Well, if I have to say, turning off the lights, I think that was pretty special. It just brings back fond memories, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Do some people freak out?
You know, it depends on, again, their severity of being scared in the dark.
Do you kind of warn them to maybe go to a different area first or something?
Well, I do. And again, if one person doesn't want to do it, then we won't do it. I mean,
That's not fair.
it isn't, but you have to do the best that you can. Typically, I'll give them a flashlight and be like, so at least let everybody experience it for a minute or two until you start really freaking out. Then turn your flashlight on.
Right.
This is the best that that we can do. Because when you're running 35, 40 people,
Right.
somebody's just not going to be happy, and you can't make everybody happy.
Yeah. You should warn everyone, if you're a scaredy cat, stay at the back of the line and we will separate you. Now this is that just wet or is that polished?
It's everybody rolls their hand across it so it's polished.
I just kind of, I felt, I had a sense that was polished. And it does, it feels good.
It's just from people.
Yeah.
And that's fine. I mean, that's what that's there for.
Of course, that's wet.
Yes. That's going to be kind of nasty. No, I don't want to touch it.
Oh, whoa.
These are Dr. Seuss steps.
Tales from the Crypt over here. I love this. Almost like a spirally staircase, huh? Not quite.
Not quite, but very, very close.
Oh, I survived. How steep is that? Oh my goodness. This is almost like a straight down.
Very, very close.
It reminds me of that stairway in Lord of the Rings, you know, where they're having to climb up the side of the mountain. And it's really steep like
that. Stairs of Siratungal.
Yeah, and I think I prefer those over being out exposed to the wind and elements.
Yeah. Not to mention you got another guy out there trying to push you off all the ways.
Yeah. So how long have you been doing tours and do you?
I've been at this park here for a year now.
Have you worked at other parks previously?
I worked at a campground for 2 years prior.
Is this more fun?
Oh yeah, that was just booking campers, setting campers up, and boat launching and all that kind of stuff. We were on the river at that point.
So, what is this? The water?
This is the underground lake.
Oh, that's water down there. I didn't even see that. I was looking at the pipe. I was looking at that. I was like, what the heck is that? Okay.
Oh yeah, everybody sees the pipe.
So that's pumping fresh water up. Is that what it is?
Yeah. So we're actually pulling that water up when our pools are going. So we swim in this water, we clean it, filter it, shock it, of course. We don't temperature regulate it. The water temperature here is 48 to 52.
Okay.
Who's counting, a few degrees, of course.
Right.
And by the time it gets pumped up all the way up to our pools, it does get up to about 76 with everybody in it and the sun's out, it's heating up. But we are known for having some of the coldest pools this out of the state. So some people say that, 70 days, ooh, that's a little cold for pool water. But, that's a tutor on horn kind of moment.
Some people like the colder pools.
Absolutely.
Me personally, I'm like, get me a heated pool.
This here is our most breathtaking part of the tour.
Breathtaking?
Absolutely.
How is it more breathtaking than the Queen's Chamber?
Well, I can't divulge my secret.
Oh, is it? Is there no oxygen back here? Is that what you're saying? Low oxygen?
Close.
All right. I think I'm understanding. I'm having to crouch a lot, so it is kind of hard to breathe.
You go around this curve and you look straight up, you'll see wow.
All right. Oh, because now after having been crouched down and collapsing my lungs, now you're making me climb a flight of stairs, huh? The endless flight of stairs.
This is our most breathtaking.
Yeah, we're all going to be panting.
We love it so much. We do not skip leg day or cardio around here. And since I'm the only one here, I've done this. This is my 3rd time today.
Oh, wow. How many steps are we going?
You're going up 110 steps, and you're going up 100 feet.
Oh, okay. Whew. You definitely don't want to slip and fall on this.
Absolutely not.
Well, we're going to stay on this little platform for a second and take a breath.
Absolutely.
Take a breath. All right. We're almost there, huh?
Boost morale? Yeah, this is halfway.
Oh, that's only halfway?
To boost morale.
Oh, I was hoping it was more like 70% of the way.
I wish.
seeing some more of that green, which
much.
is very pretty.
It is. Unfortunately, it's like, it keeps building up its thick layers everywhere.
Oh my goodness. I feel like I'm moving in slow motion. Oh, I see a door.
That's where we're
I'm
going.
almost there. I'm just going to take a breath, okay? Whew. Well, you weren't lying. That was breathtaking.
Our most breathtaking.
All right. That was fun. Well, that was a nice little workout. An unexpected stairway to heaven there at the end. I did buy myself a keepsake for Alabama here at the Rickwood Caverns State Park. Let's go ahead and put it right there. That looks good. So, where am I off to next? I don't know. Maybe you should subscribe and hit the notification button. At the beginning of this video, I talked about how a group of friends and I went down into a cavern and got lost. It was only because we worked as a team that we were able to get out. The women and weaker men stepped aside. We gave up our batteries. And we stayed in darkness. And we gave the little bit of light source that we had to the scouts. And to conserve energy, we worked as a team. The scouts used our chatter, our voices, to help navigate through that dark tunnel, the tunnel system. And so we worked as a team. The men listened to us, and it helped them. This is relevant to the spiritual warfare that is going on right now, the war of the sexes. If we're ever going to end the war of the sexes and help bring the world out of darkness, then men, strong men, the ones who have some enlightenment, they're going to have to listen to the opposite sex. They're going to have to use what they learn from the opposite sex to figure out the maze of life. And once they have it figured out, then they can lead all of us out of darkness. My name is Wendy, and we're all living in the winds of change.